It's so easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's so easy. Too, too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Boy, all that like Kenny. Still got crack, they feeling. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Neiman. I'm still trying to fight my demons. We all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Maybe put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like Kima. And give a F to you like Don Cena. Putting blood on the brand new Beamer. Gotta earn they stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a Kita. And expose with cat like a cheetah. They spoke my partner like Reef. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo mi gente must really need Jesus. He said real blood, I never seen a crypt and I believe him. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. Too, it's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. And I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron boy, young genius. And I'm a self-made man.
I actually interviewed Darius Cooks on my radio show. Might have been 5 or 6 years ago before he blew up on social media. And this was just articulated. He actually went on Periscope Live during the radio show and did his own show in the studio during the show that he was supposed to be on. But he's a narcissistic individual. And because of that, he's had many of these run-ins. I think there was a scandal a few years ago where he was doing fake credit repair for people and got sued. His restaurant got closed down, those sorts of things. So he maintains these online scams, preying on the hearts and minds of his followers, and even just articulated after our show, because we tend to ridicule people when they act up on our show. He actually went on Periscope Live to talk about me and our producer and some of the other guests after the show. So this has been going on for a long period of time. Now, legally, when somebody talks about you online, that's just talk. But once they get into the place of making threats, either violence, threatening to release personal information, well, that's where you can actually file a criminal report against this individual. And if they do release improper or censored information, personal information that is privileged, that absolutely, you can report that to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or to the Federal Bureau of Investigations for them to look into it, particularly if you have multiple individuals who are involved in this.
That whole goddamn intro is just this has been a day, you know. What's up to my people and my fellowship? Let me know that you can hear me for real this time in the chat by typing either called it or memory lane, because tonight is a special episode of that I'm subcalling or titling Back Down Memory Lane, because as we are now closing out the Bali saga, Bali Chronicles, as I named it way back in the day when we started out on this journey with Sassy Crooks, in knowing that we need to close this out, which means I need to kind of give a retrospective and just kind of work our way from the timeline all the way through, and then be able to look back and say, hey, we saw this coming, like you see it with a fresh pair of eyes. So in doing that, I needed to refresh my memory, because this stuff don't be just sticking in my memory like that. And so I decided that I needed to watch my own content to refresh my memory so that I could create our new content. But what occurred to me while I was starting on that journey is, why do that by myself? Why not share this with the people? Some of y'all have not seen some of these episodes. Some of you haven't seen them in a very long time. All of that good stuff. Some of you will find it, or like me, need a refresher. And so what we're going to be doing for tonight's episode, and not every single episode coming up, but I'm going to do a mixture of us reacting and doing a retrospective where I'm reacting to my own commentary, basically, to refresh my memory for the new content. But thank you to everyone who is letting me know that you could hear me by typing either called it or memory lane. Also, thank you to the 95% of you who have liked and shared this video. To the 5% of you who have not as of yet, please like and share this video when you get a chance. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of this platform. And then for, those of you who are refusing, I don't care what you say, I ain't liking nothing, I'm just gonna watch and hate watch. Thank you as well, because a view is a view. YouTube don't know the difference. It don't be like, oh, they hate you, but they was viewing it, so we not gonna give you that money. No, they like making it rain on you. So thank you for your view. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're not gonna waste a lot of time with this intro, because the damn video that I pulled for us today by itself is, we ain't doing this whole thing though. I don't think we're gonna make it. Oh, Jesus. And it's a weeknight. I can't go live tomorrow. I know I said originally Friday. I said unless my schedule, I had plans, and I did. I forgot all about them. I had plans. So I couldn't do this tomorrow, which then, we can do late and all that good stuff. So we got to do it now. Jesus, we ain't trying to be out all night. Okay, let's see what happens. We're going to get through as much as we can. I ain't going to promise you we're going to get through the whole, this 2 hours and 23 minutes, not even counting me stopping at points. I'm going to try not to interrupt a ton, but where it's necessary, I will. Okay, let's get into it. Let's just get right into it. Don't get confused, because you're going to see me, the actual me with the blessed heck hat, and then you're going to see the old me from this original video. So it's gonna be two of me on the screen. Some of y'all can't get enough of me, so it's gonna be fine for y'all. Crooks is gonna have a fit. His head's gonna explode. 2 of them. Ah! And the flying monkey. Ah! All right, y'all. Let me know if it's echoing anyway, because I may have to tonight. Woo, Jesus! I have been researching and putting this thing together for the past probably 6 hours. So I'm running a little behind. I did not know that this Bali situation with Darius Crooks was as that I had missed as much as I missed. I didn't know that, for one, but I did not know how deep this rabbit hole went. And I found out as I was trying to research, and by the time I got so deep, I was like, forget it, let's get it done. Usually I'll be like, oh, this is gonna take too much. I'll push this to another day and I'll work on something that's quicker. I was like, let's just get it done. Just get it done. That's why I'm late. But anyway, the poll question that just went out, is Darius Crooks a pathological liar? Oh, how did I forget this? First, we got to pay our rant and meltdown video. That's how we get warmed up, give a little time for people to get in. Here you go.
This, you know what? This is the thing. It don't come up no more. This is as far as it come up. I guess I didn't get the one with the extra long handle on it. It's fine. This one, I like the spin mark. You ain't got to touch it. I twisted the pole. This is as far as it go up. It only go to 48. What's 48? 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 4 feet. This 4 feet tall. This about 4 feet. This about 2 feet. This 2 more feet. This tall as it go to 48. That's it. It's not meant for me. It's meant for Maria. I love this mom. Girl, it don't the fuck go up. Extendable telescope, 22 to 36 inches or 36 to 48. Bitch, you got 2 choices. 22 to 36 or 36 to 48. That's it. It don't go no fucking higher than that. Okay? Now, do you want the flow clean or not? What the fuck do the size of the mop got to do? Girl, twist. I have twisted. Girl, down, up. later. You want to tell me how to live my life, how to run my life? No, keep doing what you're doing and let me do what I'm doing. And when I need your suggestion, I'll come and ask you. But you've not heard me ask you for a suggestion. So why are you offering? I can offer you one. Stop eating so much. Lose weight. Stop spending so much money. Learn how to save. Get your credit score up. Quit sleeping next to a man who don't fucking love you. Get some self-esteem. Get some encouragement. You see how a slippery slope this is? Do you see what slippery slope we go down when I never asked you for a suggestion?
Okay, and then this one I actually forgot to add in. Darius Crooks is always claiming that he never has seen our content over here. He can't stand the sound of my voice. The only thing he knows is maybe what people tell him, but he don't know nothing about what happens over here. Well, I run into this video today as I was researching, and I'm like, clearly, well, we already know, I know, but we already know he's lying and gaslighting as usual when he says that, but I just love to find the pieces of receipts that prove that he's lying. So in this clip here, he responds to our opening video, which is him in the creepy voice saying that he's unstoppable. But he claims he doesn't watch anything over here.
To be arrogant, a little bit. Well, not a whole lot. This is a touch. I'm really telling you I'm unstoppable because God's favor is all over me. And it's nothing nobody can do about it, including me. God's favor is all over me. It's nothing nobody can do. Nobody. It's nothing you can do to stop the favor of God that's on my life. Nothing. You can't go on Yelp. You can't write no Google review. No Google review. You can't call nobody. You can't write no agents. You can't do nothing. What kind of God do we serve? That would
always throwing in God in this chaos, but that proves he's literally at. I wanted to give a little bit of background on this because I didn't intro this fully. So this video that we are watching is from March 27th of 2024. All right, if I'm not mistaken, in February of 2024 is when Darius Crooks embarked, or at least early March, late February, early March, is when he embarked on this whole Bali hip hop soul journey of investing in a 25-year lease and building a restaurant that he could not own in the country of Indonesia. So what you're seeing is all from back then. So and it was fresh information back then. So you're going to see their initial reactions, etc. And then we're going to chime in here or there. Okay, back to it. And this is the intro. We're getting to that, but I didn't have time to edit this. Answering to why, to what he meant when he says, I'm unstoppable. Was it, when will you learn that? When I put that together, I was like, Bill, you brilliant. You are built that, and that's what, about 2 years old now, that little trailer. I don't know, it just came to me in a moment because I was like, man, that's so creepy, it's so satanic, it's so evil. And then it just all started playing. I was like, it's like watching a creepy, scary movie. And I was like, and the fact that he repeated, I was like, what if I just repeated throughout this whole trailer? God works with me too. Well, the real God, our Savior, Lord and Savior, not the devil that you serve. Thank you so much for the super chats that are coming in, super stickers. Only one Sag is saying, Carolyn is saying, stop playing with God. Thank you so much, friend. I agree 1,000,000% with you. Do not play with God. And thank you, Life of Lunda, for the super sticker. And I know I missed another one. Where did it go? Oh, here we go. Uh-oh. And Saint Center, thank you so much, friend, for the super chat. showing appreciation and love for all you do, Vel. And also, thank you so much for the super stickers. But but I've been noticing that a lot of other creators are starting to say, "Hey, don't send me the Cash App instead because I get the full amount. Otherwise, you're tipping YouTube, and YouTube ain't did nothing about this. I mean, they hosting us. They're giving us a platform. But if you want me to get the full amount, you can Cash App me, Zelle me, or Venmo, and it's all scrolling across the bottom of your screen, and pretty much everything is at Velby. So I was like, YouTube get like 40%. I was like, that is a lot of, like, you guys have been very generous, and then YouTube is getting 40% of them. It's like, maybe I need to remind the people. So, I just removed it. Can I keep this? Hold on, let me try something else too. This is a lot, y'all. Let me see. I'm going to my brand. If I do a drop down, because I like my other look better, and then I do banner. Okay, but then when I switch back over, it's gonna change, ain't it? Hold on, y'all. I'm testing in real time. Yep, it changed. Okay, I'll fix all that later. Okay, so, and then our reminder, our newest clip, and I just want, for those who are not aware, thank you to those who took this poll. One we're closing out is Darius Crooks a pathological liar? 98% of you say yes. 2% of you say, no, he don't lie every second of the day, so that's not, or you don't know the definition of pathological, or your finger slipped. But I can just guarantee you he's a pathological liar. Trust me. And I'm gonna continue to prove it. Just stick around. And hey, D-hivers and D-hags and people with flying monkey behaviors and the flying monkeys. Poll question we just put out is, did you know that Darius, here's another one that proves he's a pathological liar. Did you know that Darius Crooks has admitted to being a repeated thief as a child and teenager? Did you know that? If you didn't, here you go.
Then, okay, the first time I definitely remember stealing was I stole from this lady.
Okay, just for the sake of time, yeah. Are we hearing an echo now? Because I didn't have it muted. But just for the sake of time, because that's a part of our intro now. Again, remember, this is when that stuff was new. I'm going to skip that. And I may skip some other stuff as I see where I can. Skip that. Moving on. He stole in the church, under God's roof. Many of us would just not have the nerves to be able to do anything like that. We'd be too afraid that, karma and God and the spirit would get us. He don't care. He's laughing at it. Don't even regret it. And then he continued it, and is still being accused of it. But straight from the gate, if I'm understanding the context of this, I think straight from the gate is trying to justify what he was just cackling about. He was just trying to survive a time when it was hard to survive. Where you get that from? What narrative you creating over there? Because what I heard him say is he stole from that woman's purse and went to go get food, potato chips and stuff, snacks. I didn't hear him say, because my mama wasn't feeding me, I had to get something to eat. And when you're in the church, you let the church you're in need know you're in need. You don't steal. You say, hey, I'm in the church. Hey, I'm hungry. I'm starving. My mama ain't taking care of me. And then what that's got to do with then creating credit card scams at major retail outlets? And then continue. So what's your excuse for today? Why he's stealing today? Why are there people saying that he was stealing with every business he's had? Fresh Go, the Cupcake Gallery, Greens and Gravy, Soul Crab Atlanta, Soul Crab Chicago, the cookware line, the cookbook line. I can go on and on and on. Now, we're not blocking straight from the gate. We don't block over here. We let the ignorance reside so that they can hopefully become unignorant. Is that a word? Unignorant. All this work, I tell you. You still get craziness. I want that off there. So, moving on to the topic at hand, I'm going to close out this poll. Did you know that Darius Crooks has admitted to being a repeated thief as a child and a teenager? 62% of you did know, probably from yesterday, because we played this the first time on yesterday. 38% of you did not know. That is why we played it again today, and we will play it every day that we go live, so that we can send that reminder out there so that more and more people can learn. Moving on to the topic at hand. Hey, over there, Miss Me Guide the Line, over there on Instagram. Hey. Moving on to the topic for tonight. Darius Crooks' Great Escape to Bali. Tonight, we're going to talk about his plans to move to Bali. He's the whole timeline of how this came about, how he went from taking a trip to Bali for the first time to all of a sudden he's building a home and a restaurant there and has a business partner who he's calling a brother. All in a matter of 48 hours of being in Bali. And now he has the whole culture on lock. He understands everything. He got it all figured out. Okay, nobody tell him nothing. And we got the whole timeline here. So poll question that I just put out there is, did you know that Darius Crooks is planning to move to Bali? 84% of you look like did know. So the picture that you see here is Darius Crooks while he was in Bali. During that vacation, he's taking a picture, a photoshopped picture, making himself look thinner as he always does. And he's probably finagled the sunset as well. That's what she does, and nothing real in her life. Closing out this poll question, did you know that Darius Crooks was planning to move to Bali? 84% of you is changing. Y'all still voting. Sorry, but I gotta keep it moving. I'm a little behind on the polls. Next poll question coming in. And just for those of you who don't know already, the polls are only posted on YouTube. But if you are watching on Facebook or Instagram, feel free to answer. Put your answer in the chat. More than welcome. Poll question is: have you heard that Crooks? Have you heard of Crooks? Bali business partner, Tommy. So while in Bali for his vacation in January, Darius Crooks took a cooking class. And as you can see a little bit in the background there, he has Corey, who was his ex-videographer, who was recording the whole thing. Darius Crooks was basically doing a travel vlog of sorts, because that's part of his newest grift, is to do that. And so in this footage here, or in this photo here, Darius Crooks is chopping up something. He looked like a 5-year-old chopping up vegetables for the first time in his life. So during that cooking class, it was a cooking class where they actually went to the local markets. They learned basically about the Indonesian people, their culture, the cuisine, etc. And then I guess they came back and they cooked whatever items. So during that, Darius Crooks ends up riding in the car with the teacher. And his name was Tommy. And it was by happenstance. Well, he thinks it was by happenstance. I'm starting to think some other things based on all the stuff I've discovered for y'all. And we still got more. Like we'll be following this for a while. Again, almost 2 years ago, I said it seemed by circumstance, but I was already doubting it. And I said we'd be following this story for a while. We're going into 2 years. In March, it'll be 2 years. I called it. He ends up in the car with Tommy. Tommy impressed him. Tommy is this Indonesian guy, and he was the cook, well, the teacher / chef. Darius Crooks was impressed with him because he understood Southern Black culture. Although he's never been to America, he's studied us very well, and he was able to code switch, and he impressed Darius Crooks. Sound like he might be the chosen person to scam the Black people to me, but I don't know. Y'all let me know at the end. We'll get there. So basically, through conversation during this drive where they're exploring the local markets, etc. Again, he's there. Tommy's the teacher for the cooking class. Somehow they get to talking about business and opportunities out there. And Tommy also becomes the connect for Darius Crooks to get into business. And next thing you know, Darius Crooks is talking about, he's posting what I have there. Hey, say hey to my new business partner and brother, Tommy. And Tommy just a cheesing. I couldn't find this video. I didn't have enough time to find this video. But I saw this live where Tommy is cheesing. He is like, oh, we got one. We got one on a hook. We got him. And Darius Crooks is saying, now in his chat, the D-hags like this gatekeeper person who's trying to troll my chat. They are trying to warn Crooks, like, you need to look into this. This sounds funny. This don't sound right. Blah, blah, blah. Massa, what you doing, Massa? Arr! Darius Crooks like, no, this ain't how they are here. They real honest here. They don't have no scamming here. This is a very spiritual place. I'm gonna be the only scammer here. And Tommy's like, yeah, no, we're good here. We're good. We don't do that here. I'm like, it sounds like Crooks indoctrinating people, like the gatekeeper person in the chat trolling. This is how they get indoctrinated. So I'm what is it? Straight from the gate. They getting bamboozled. Darius Crooks got wrapped in his own grift. The guy used his own methods. So Darius Crooks didn't listen to Tommy. Tommy didn't talk about whatever, business opportunities, how you get land, how you could open a restaurant, blah, 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 this and that. On top of that, Darius Crooks probably attracted to the guy as well. And he then is riding around with Tommy, and Tommy's got the hook up instantly. Tommy like, oh, I know the piece of land over here. Oh, I know the owner of the land. He the chief of police, so you ain't got to worry. He an honest guy. All that. So then Darius Crooks riding around. So now Darius Crooks, he's filming the whole process because he's so happy that he thinks he's found his next grift. So here's Tommy and Darius Crooks in Tommy's vehicles. Tommy's driving him around, and Darius. Don't we love that we have all this historic evidence and archives? Ain't it amazing? You gotta love YouTube and technology. And why am I sitting here watching it like I'm watching a stranger? I'm entertained over here. That's why I was like, let me just share this with y'all. This is the beginning. I'm literally giving you a play-by-play in this video from 2024 of how everything happened in consecutive order with some of the receipts that we had right in that moment back then. Oh, I can't wait to do the updated version of this thing from A to Z to tell the whole story. Darius Crooks is just impressed, sitting over there smiling and cheesing like a schoolgirl, because he done found somebody in Indonesia who knows Black culture and lingo and music.
Are you ready for cool and the game? We need to get out.
Oh, the video froze. Is the video completely because of the music? I'm gonna have to mute here or there because the copyright. But this is also thank you, Nicole Wilson, for the Cash App. Those of you who are blessing me, I greatly appreciate it. Tommy dancing to Get Right On It.
What you gonna do?
Get down on it.
You wanna get down? You wanna get what? Sick? Get down on it. Down on it. Get down on it. Get down
on it.
Hear me, baby.
I'm pausing a little bit because I want y'all to hear. This is one of those classic moments. Get down on it. This is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites from all the pieces of the story. This is one of those iconic ones. And wait till how do you know this? Oh, I love this one. I want y'all to hear it too. So Tommy is sitting there grooving to the black music. He know cool in the game, and Darius Crooks is feeling also. It's like he's being grifted with his own grifting tactics. Because Darius Crooks uses soul music as a part of his grift as well. Hilarious.
Get down on it. Are you really don't wanna dance? By staring on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, are you gonna do it?
And Darius Crooks like, how much money I gotta give you so you can do some more of that? 100,000? That's it?
Why do you even know this? Why do you know this?
Get your back up off the wall. People say, get down on it. That's what I listen to. If you really want.
I mean, how many of us could possibly see that less than 2 years later they would be blocking each other? We never saw that coming. When the whole foundation of your relationship, friendship, relationship, etc., is built on the fact that there's some familiarity because this foreigner, well, you the foreigner, but this local Indonesian man knows soul music or a few songs, and he's claiming he can help you get rich, although he ain't got no money. Who saw that coming? Who could possibly imagine us being here today, talking about how it all fell apart? Ooh. Thank you. Who we got here? Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Thank you, Kitty Boo, for your super chat. Let me try to find it. Hold on, y'all. I should have did this. I'm a little rusty with my flow. Oh, it's way further down. Here you go. Saying this is the kind of carrying on that my evening needed and deserved. Thank you, Vet. Thank you so much, Kitty Boo, for your super chat and your support. Greatly appreciated, friend. So, Darius, because when you watching it from the outside looking at you, like, it's so obvious what's happening here. And Darius Crooks is just like, she gone. She gone, y'all. We got to let her do it. Just let her do it. We going to watch it. We're going to have plenty of episodes as the Bali world turns. We're going to see all the dramatics of it all. Her sitting there blubbering when everything goes wrong. But gotta love it. Gotta love it. So Darius Crooks, he's enjoying his car rides with Tommy, getting down on it. Wishing he could get down on it. But Tommy is a married straight guy. And so he's out and about. He's posting pictures. He got Tommy taking him around the neighborhood. Tommy telling his friends, we got one. I'm finna introduce you to him. He around here talking about how rich he is, talking about how many millions he got and how he get to live the life he want to live. He been talking about it since the moment he landed. They told me at the airport to look out for him. So Darius Crooks walking around town, taking selfies with them. It's hilarious. So, poll question for closing out. Have you heard of Crooks Bali business partner Tommy? 56% of you have, 44% of you have not. So when he's talking about Bali, we're going to get in more detail. But as he's talking about Bali, know that that is the person, Tommy, is the person who is basically project managing the project, the build of this venture out there in Indonesia, across the country, across the world. Total stranger that he met. He had only known 48 hours before he locked into a contract with. 25-year contract. What do you think about it, y'all? So it tickles me. Have you heard me cover the Darius Crooks? Oh, no, this is wrong. This shouldn't even be here. Never mind. That ain't. I should have removed that. That was from my other one. So Darius Crooks in this next video is telling us about the origin story of how this all arrived, this whole Bali deal, how the deal came about.
What's the financial amount? And so when he first told me, he said between 300.
Now, listening to this, now I did, well, I could hear this part as I was screen recording this for y'all for tonight. As I was listening to this in the background, I'm like, he is really literally describing a con. And he don't see it. He is so enamored with trying to get rich at all costs and cut corners that he not even seeing the obvious right in his face. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this.
800,000, right? And so in my mind,
have you heard me cover? I didn't mean go back that far. I just want y'all to hear it. This all arrived. This whole Bali deal, how the deal came about.
What's the financial amount? And so when he first told me, he said between 300 and 800,000, right? And so in my mind, I was like, that's a lot of fucking money. That's $1 million.
I was muted back then and talking to. Still ain't got it together. 2 years later, get it together. I didn't know I was muted. He's having this conversation with Tommy within the first day or so of meeting him.
To open up, but I guess if you pay off in the long run, I guess that's cool. Girl, tell me why I'm thinking American dollars. Tell me why he's like, no, that's rupiahs. Girl, that is $32,000. We paying Chantel $24. That's between $32,000 and $50,000. I said, are you kidding me? He was like, no. He's like, so what you do if you do it the illegal way? The illegal way is, he was like, you just, you work with somebody and you give them, you give them the money, and then what you do is you make, you start working with a team, you hire the builders, and you have to rent the land, right? So you can't buy land. Nobody that's not Indonesian, even he can't buy land, and he's from Indonesia. He's like half Indonesian, I think half Indian or something like that. His father's from someplace. And he was saying that you have to be a local in order to be able to buy the land. So he was like, you can't buy land. So you rent the land. I was like, you rent the land. You rent land and you build on the rent. How much is the rent on the land? Please tell me why the rent on the land was like $100 a month. $100 a month.
I'm muted again. I was going to edit this out, just didn't have time. Oh, I'm talking up a storm, too. Amateur work. I keep talking while I'm muted. Anyway, I'm saying that I did not alter the sound of his voice at all. That demonic sound is just the universe doing what it does. This is from his IG Lives.
I was like, wait, so you rent the land? But he's like, yeah, you just pay like $100 a month to rent the land from whoever owns the land. And then he was like, once you do that, then you just get it, you could build whatever. You could build a house, you could build a business. I was like, what about zoning? He was like, there's no zoning laws. I was like, what about permits? He was like, there's no such thing as a permit. So I was like, wait a minute. So as a foreigner, if I wanted to do it illegally, you're telling me I could just send you the money, rent the land, and just hire people to build the thing? And he said, yes. I said, what about like a health department? He said, we don't have one.
What legitimate business person even entertains the idea of, well, but how can this be done illegally? Not that I'm going to do that. Not that I'm even interested. I just want to know what do people who do it illegally do? But no, I'm going to do it the hard way, the legal way. What? I've started multiple businesses, done all kind of stuff, and never once have I said, okay, so this is the path. I got to fill out this, or now I'm gonna have to have this inspector. Oh, okay, and I got to take this course or this training. Okay, but how can I do this illegally? What, girl? Lying fucker. No, she did it illegally. We see it's done illegally because we see how it played out. Because she ain't got no legal recourse whatsoever because she did it illegally. She ain't even had no attorney involved in a 25-year contract. Idiot.
I said, what about insurance requirements? He said, we don't have them. I said, what about permit? He said, we don't have them. So none of these places got permit? He said, no. He said, if you wanted to sell liquor, there's a process for that.
Y'all notice also, I forgot about this because it's been so long. Crooks in this part of the video is saying Tommy was basically telling him for 35,000 American dollars, he could really get this done. Why we 100% more than that? By the time he was, well, more than 100%. Why, by the time he done per Crooks, the last time I heard him mention a dollar amount, it was it was in the 400K range. And we know that even after this conversation, again, this is how he reeled him in. Started out as, 35,000, that's all you need. And Chris like, that's it? Just 35,000? Oh, what, you want that now? And he's like, he got 35,000 like that. He ain't even flinching on it. Oh no, it's gonna be 125,000. And then Crooks back, for a house and a restaurant? Man, what do I sign? He's like, that ain't hurting them either. We need to put a third floor on. That's 200,000 more. That the Long Con.
But most of, other than that, there's no problem. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, damn. I said, okay. So then I started asking him more questions like, okay, credit card sales, because people pay with their credit card. I was like, if I wanted to get a credit card machine to accept payments for credit cards, wouldn't, in some capacity,
Wouldn't I be responsible? How do you do that if I don't have a bank account? And ID and all that. I got to get a bank account. He said what they do is, he was like, basically the money would come to somebody else's account and they would give it to you. And I was like, you trust people like that? He was like, it happens all the time. He was like, I can show you, 10 restaurants that I work with. I'm going to get to the legal way in 1 second. Trust me. So he's like, it's like 10 restaurants I work with. I can tell you, I got a guy right now that's from the UK. He don't even live in the UK. I mean, he don't even live here, but his business is here. And he just comes here maybe once every other month. And
I was like, okay, that's a little suspect to my American brain. But again, you have to remember that this is not America, right? So I was like, well, can somebody take the money and run? He was like, yeah. I was like, but they don't. I was like, well, why don't they? Listen, first of all, just let me do this. So I was like,
So that's him turning off the comments because they're bothering him. His D-hags are bothering him because in the chat, they're all trying to warn him. Master, it sounds like a scam. It sounds like what you do to everybody else. Be careful. And now he's irritated.
Y'all like to talk and not listen at all. And I said that was 2 ways. You see what I'm saying? I know what I said. So I'm giving you the...
Master, we know you do everything illegal over here. We turn a blind eye, but you sure you want to go to another country and be illegal? Of course he does. Everything he does is illegal. Y'all just don't see it. Or don't want to see it. I'm sorry, because it's out here.
First way, and I'm going to tell you the second way when I get done with the first way. All right? Damn. So then he was like, okay. So then...
See how he scolds them like they're children? Literally talks to these grown people like they're children.
He was like, I was like, that's a little, my American brain can't process that. You know what I'm saying? That's hard for me to conceptualize. He was like, I know it might be difficult, but he was like, this is the way it works. I was like, but what would prevent somebody? He's like, people
don't, there's no violence or crime in Bali. There's no gun laws, but
there's no violence or crime in Bali. Remember that. We got more show for you.
Guns are illegal. So he was like, it's like the relationship. People value the relationship. So we're not the kind of people that would do that based on, I said, I don't know. Okay, fine. That's the culture. That's what y'all do. Which also kind of makes sense because we was outside at the Ubud over there at the park yesterday. And honey, they tossing with their fingers. Honey, it's flies flying around. We went to the market today. I went to the market today. And that market we went to today, this morning, Corey got it all on tape, child. We went to the meat section. Child, it's flies everywhere. I'm talking about literally laying eggs on the meat. Okay? I'm like, yeah, this is a little too Eastern for me. And it smelled really bad. It smelled bad. But this is just what they do. It's a different culture. So, I'm here to observe and learn, child. That's it. Now, the legal way. Because I'm like, well, what's the difference between the illegal and legal? Because, I need my own credit card settlements. I can't trust nobody with that. Then he talks about it's a lot of money. No, I can't. No. So he said the legal way is,
you obviously apply for a visa, which he's like, Americans are prioritized, like everybody, if you're American, he said American or Russian, those are the top two. Oh, Australian. American, Russian, and Australian, right? The top two, because obviously we come from places where our economies are super, super strong. So he was like,
y'all keep asking about his voice change. I swear I have had nothing to do with that. I truly believe. I know that the people will say, "Oh, is this his signal? It was the internet signal for Instagram." No, I mean that's possible, but I also think it was from a spiritual realm. Some stuff is happening because it's happening more and more, and it happens with certain things he's talking about. God ain't playing with this fool.
You are, as an American in Indonesia, you're almost revered because, like, you come from a place that has money, which makes sense. If you've ever been on a cruise before, and everybody's been on a cruise before, the workers that work on the cruise, a lot of them are from where? Indonesia, right? So that just goes to show you, like, the circle of the economic spectrum. So I said, what's the legal way? So he said, the legal way is this. He said, you have to have $600,000 US. You have to have that, and you put that in a bank account in Indonesia. So you come.
You gotta come and he gotta put $600,000 in their bank over there. Wink, wink.
You open a bank account, then you go back, to the United States or whatever. You wire the money to your own account. As long as you have $600,000 in an account in Bali, in Indonesia, that's all that matters. I said, okay, so then what about, like, opening a restaurant here? Like, do I get a permit? He was like, no. I was like, see, the only reason you would have the money, the $600K, he said, is because you want to do your own credit cards. And we have other places where we have people who they not legal, and they come here, but they only here, once a month, twice a month, once, every other, which is great, which makes sense. Because yesterday at the place we left yesterday, she was like, no, I'm not the boss. I just work here. The boss lives in another country. So it's very common here in Indonesia that I'm finding out. And as we were driving through the Canggu section of Bali, he's right. Every place you looked, it was a Subway, foreign owned. It was a burger joint, foreign owned. The club, foreign owned. So literally you're looking, this is like this person, he's like, this restaurant or this business is owned by people from the UK. This business is owned by somebody from the United States. This is owned somebody from Mexico. Like, he literally is pointing out, he's like, this is Russia owned. This is Russia owned. This is owned by some Saudis. Like, every business that was there was owned by somebody other than locals. And the area that it was in was obviously like higher upper echelon, so it was a little bit more expensive. And the economies from Indonesia just couldn't be able to support that, the people who gotta live and work here. So he was like, yeah, you just, you get the...
Now, did Crooks do any, and this, listen to it again, I'm like, did he do any research on his own to verify that those other businesses were in fact owned by these foreigners, as Tommy claimed? Or did he take everything that Tommy said as law? Because it sounds like it's everything he said. Tommy said ain't no crime here. Tommy said it's a lot of foreigners here. Tommy said I just got to put $600,000 in the bank. Tommy said I got your ass 2 years later. That's what Tommy said.
Land. And as we were driving around, I mean, I saw like 10 or 12 plots of land that had the sign up that was like, they do this what's called 25-year lease on the land. And you end up paying like, 100. Sometimes it's like $80 a month. It just depends. But it's like the rent on the land is super, super inexpensive. So it's like, $100 a month just for the land, and then you build on top of it. So I said, okay, is it the same for the house and the restaurant? He says the exact same process. He said you would rent the land for your house, and renting the land would be, the $100 a month. And then he said to build, you could build a house. I mean, you could build a house, he says, cheap as $20K. But if you want, bells and whistles, you're looking at more like $40,000. I said, $40,000.
That was a lie even back then, unless I guess you're talking about a tent hut. Because I started searching for, because I'm like, damn, it's that cheap. I might have to consider moving to Bali. For the summer, I'm trying to get away. I mean, for the winter months, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going in the winter months because I can't do this Midwest weather no more. And I went online and started searching real estate, and those properties was $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 as well for something that would be comparable to what we have in America that we would be comfortable in, etc. And I was like, what is he talking about? 40,000. That's when I knew there was a problem with this idea of this restaurant being built with an American style house, as he said, for only in the beginning, what was $150,000? Well, it started at 35,000. 150,000 is where he started, like with the groundbreaking. That's the price range they were still in. And I knew that. I was like, yep, nope. He gonna find out once they get into it that he gonna end up owing a whole lot more to get that house built as well. And then y'all know the whole house idea got scrapped completely a few months in.
To build a brand new house from the ground up is fucking crazy to me. I have never, ever in my life heard of nothing like that. And he gave me a breakdown of how he got to the...
Because it ain't true.
40K. Basically, you hire the workers and they buy the materials and build a house. That this is what they do here. It's not no real estate company. There are no real estate agents. There's none of that here, right? I know, you know, it's hard to conceptualize any of this, but he said we don't have that. We don't have like real estate agents and like there's no like real estate. I'm like, so how do people? He said you talk to the person that own it, and that's just their culture. I was like, wow. Talk to the person that own it. It's hard to conceptualize any of this, but he said we don't have that. We don't have like real estate agents and like there's no like real estate. I'm like, so
they don't have real estate agents and stuff like that. I know it's hard to understand the concept of it. And I was like, what? Huh? I've seen listings and stuff. So how they facilitating all that? So I said, you know what? Let me ask ChatGPT. And I said, ChatGPT, I did that today, earlier. Are there real estate agents in Bali, Indonesia? Yes, there are definitely real estate agents in Bali, Indonesia. It said, yes, definitely. Bali is a popular tourist destination and a place where many people, both locals and foreigners, invest in real estate for various purposes, such as vacation homes, rental properties, or retirement homes. Real estate agents in Bali help buyers and sellers navigate the property market, facilitate transactions, and provide guidance on legal and regulatory matters related to real estate transactions in Bali.
How do people? You say you talk to estate agents, a brand new house from the ground up is fucking crazy to me. I have never ever in my life heard of nothing like that. And he gave me a breakdown of how he got to the 40K. Basically, you hire the workers and they buy the materials and build a house. That this is what they do here. It's not no real estate company. There are no real estate agents. There's none of that here, right? I know, you know, it's hard to conceptualize any of this. Y'all start.
No
I'm
words
so
needed.
lost. Like, all I did was a quick little ChatGPT search. And all I said is, are there real estate agents in Bali, Indonesia? Because I'm like, I don't know. I haven't been there. I ain't tried to buy no property there. So I ain't going to act like I'm just because I do these videos, like I know stuff. I'm going to research. And it wasn't hard. I didn't. I grabbed my phone and dialed up ChatGPT. Closing out this poll, I'm like, things ain't adding up. Real quick, they not adding up. What do I know? I'm not a millionaire. A millionaire grifter. Is Darius Crooks going to choose the illegal way to open this restaurant? 88% of you said, of course he is. That's why he mentioned it, and that's why he talked about it first. And he seemed very enthusiastic about the illegal way. If he wasn't planning on doing it the illegal way, why would he know? Why would he ask? You just You just be like, how do we do this? Now, and also, but how do we do it the illegal way? Because I'm sure that was his question. 12% of y'all say, nah, he's not going to do this illegal, although he's done everything else illegally and cut every other corner that he can. Also, Darius Crooks was saying there's no permits needed there in Bali. They don't have none of that. None of that. In order to register your business in Bali, you need a permit. The permit you need is called a Tan Daftar Usanda Pawaskata, whatever. Registering your business and obtaining a TDUP is one of the very first things you will need to do when opening a restaurant in Bali. A validity of TDUP is usually for 5 years. However, it depends on the issuance area. Where she's getting this information from, is she only getting it from Tommy, who's dancing, get down on it? Like, what's happening here? I'm lost, because again, I was putting this story together. I knew the big pieces, but then as I'm putting this together for y'all, I'm like, I am so lost because there's so much pointing to this not being legit, but she's hell-bent on it and saying that it is. And I thought she had better sense than this, but I guess she don't.
She don't.
She ain't the same person I knew years ago either.
She ain't.
Then Darius Crooks posted this on March 22nd. This was just a week ago, where he says, screenshots from my hate group. Somebody so unconcerned with the people who expose you. Every single day he is talking about the people that are exposing him. That's not how you act unconcerned. She can't help herself. She's a narcissist. She can't help herself. She got to look at stuff about her. Says, screenshots from my hate group. Somebody add these up for me and let me know what the project capital expense is. So because in the exposing groups, they have been saying that Darius Crooks was lying about the amount of money he's spending, because one minute he's saying this whole thing is going to only cost him $100,000. Now I think he's talking about it's $250,000. We heard him say he got to put $600,000 in a bank account in Indonesia. All of this stuff. So people have been questioning. Now, me, I don't like to speculate. I like to just go with the facts. But people have been speculating that, oh, he lying because he said this. And anybody who's built anything or had businesses, et cetera, you know that what you think in the beginning or what you estimate is always subject to change as the project moves along. So I'm very aware of that, building houses, all that stuff. I know all that. So I ain't tripping off of him saying one amount, which was lower in the beginning, and now is a different amount now. He's doing stuff and it's coming together. That's when, again, if you even had a house renovated or something, you know, whatever you think the cost is going to be, you need to add another 50% to that. Just how it rolls. But anyway, he's so busy trying to combat. I would not give a goddamn what people were saying who ain't involved in my project. I'd be like, I don't care. I don't care. Y'all don't know what's happening. That's not how he rolled. So he puts here construction costs, $100K. 2D and 3D plans, $10,000. Staffing, $25,000. Equipment, $65,000. Furniture, $30,000. Branding, $5,000. That's real low, ain't it? You know. So then you got the Flying Monkey D-Hags in the chat. Man, so what you want us to say to them? Marissa says, 235K if my math is math and right math, sir. Then Melissa Nelson says, Lord, seriously, their mind didn't go past the thought of that may only be the cost of the house. Even though he had line items of a bunch of other stuff there. So Melissa, you ain't that sharp either. Then Vanessa Burton, y'all know they be flapping and they floating. That's why I'm doing this, because they floating in the air. I'm Vanessa Burton. They never had to add up multiple zeros, and it shows. So they doing all that. That's what I be saying. Y'all be speculating on stuff. Y'all just giving them ammunition, but continue. So Darius Crooks posts that. And then people are saying, this is crazy, Crooks, because Master, your hate groups are saying it's permits. It's supposed to be getting permits, Master. So then he comes with this video.
I want to make this very clear to you. There is no building permit. There is no license process. There is no zoning law. None of that exists in Bali. I want you to hear me carefully, okay? Zoning, permits, licensing, all of that does not exist. All you do is get a construction company. I'm telling you in US dollars. Why would I tell you in Bali dollars, girl? You don't know how to convert the numbers to Bali numbers. Why would I tell you that in rupees? You don't know what the hell a rupiah is, girl. Yes, it's US dollars. So all you do is get a construction company. That's it, right?
I'm gonna play this one more time while I'm typing this.
I want to make this very clear to you. There is no building permit. There is no license process. There is no zoning law. None of that exists in Bali. I want you to hear me carefully, okay? Zoning, permits, licensing, all of that does not exist. All you do is get a construction company. I'm telling you in US dollars. Why would I tell you in Bali dollars, girl? You don't know how to convert the numbers to Bali numbers. Why?
Again, insulting them, treating them like just idiots. I mean, you kind of would think they might be, because it's kind of, they take anything and everything that he says with like at face value, like it's facts because he said it. Again, I'm like, just a quick little Google search, and this was in one of the exposing groups where somebody had looked this up. What are the requirements for setting up a restaurant business in Bali? From CCI Consulting, it says to set up a restaurant, you will need space that can accommodate 60 or more seats. Looks like a requirement to me, the regulation. Says the location should be appropriately zoned for commercial activities, and your building should have the necessary building permits for a restaurant. If setting up a smaller scale F&B business, then the rumor McKinnon, roughly translated as a local eatery, may be an option. They can be owned by 100% Indonesian-owned limited liability company. Says a restaurant business can be incorporated. That's the next one. Restaurant business can be incorporated and begin operations as quickly as 2 to 3 months if you have a suitable location with building permits. Darius Crooks claim you don't need no building permits. You just need a contractor. Like they're just not even a civilized land, like a developed country. What licenses are involved? The question is. Restaurants need to have a deed of establishment, legalization by the Ministry of Law, tax registration number. This sounds very official to me. Company domicile certificates, tourism operational licenses, health and hygiene licenses. I thought there were no health inspections needed. And staff health checks to operate. The staff even need to be get exams. Goes on to say, the part they highlighted here, working with and checking the right zoning, red commercial, zoning, yellow is residential, zoning where you can have a small cafe that can open during the day, not into the evening, and then green zoning, no build agriculture and protected land. There have been many cases where people have unintentionally bought land in the wrong zoning and then cannot build and or run businesses. I ain't pull that one up for y'all. I ain't making this up. This is here. This is just out here in the public, like a Google. All of y'all can Google the same stuff. So I'm so lost at why he's proclaiming so vehemently that that's not true? Is he only going on what Tommy's saying? Is he trying to gaslight us because we're in the U.S. and he's hoping if people don't think there's any official things that have to happen with it, they will think there's no way to report him or anything like that? I don't know, y'all. I'm just kind of telling the story. I'm telling the story. Poll question we're closing out. Do you think no permits or licenses are needed for businesses and construction in Bali? 21% of y'all, I don't know. Y'all guess just going off what he's saying. 79% of y'all say no, that don't really make sense. You got to keep in mind, if you have a place with no regulations about construction, zoning, things like that, you will have people popping up all kind of structures that fall on people. They're looking crazy, health and sanitation issue, all these things that you will have that will create chaos in a civilized situation. And the fact that Bali has evolved so much and they got tourism and all of that, I guarantee you they have regulation. Darius Crooks says they don't. We'll see. So then Darius Crooks, there's another video. She's just been talking up a storm with this. You know, she documents everything. So this is great. The good thing, she's in her mind documenting so people can't say she's a scammer, but it actually just proves what we're all saying and shows her mental issues. But it also helps us just keep a complete timeline for stories like this. So then Darius Crooks, after he's told us in the other clips that he's signing this lease and he has to be on it and all these other things. In this next video, he tells us that he can't sign the lease.
Can't sign the contract for the lease physically because I'm not.
This one here, I remember this sound like a straight up setup. I was like, ooh, this here makes it official. Now we got some funny business with how the contract got to be done. No. Poll question I'm closing out. Do you think that Darius Crooks will ever return to Bali? 24% of you say yes. 76% of you say no. I'm not sure. I mean, there's nothing for him to go back to. that I'm sure of. Him and Tommy ain't even following each other. There's some issue with now. So, yeah, he probably ain't going back. And then he abandoned stuff. So if I have to go off my educated guess, I would say, yeah, he ain't going back. Now, he might lie, or he might go back for show, but not actually go back to the restaurant or something. Because we going to stay on his neck about this one. This is like the mug shot. We ain't letting up until he explains himself. We know it's going to be a lie, but go ahead. Come up with your lie.
The timing is off and I'm not there for the timing. So we put an agreement into place that our business contract would allow Tommy to sign, even though I'm the majority owner and he's the minority owner. So that was done, and they sent me a picture. Oh.
So Tommy can sign documents. Basically, it sounds like power of attorney is what it sounds like. Tommy is able to sign documents when Darius Crooks is not around on behalf of Darius Crooks. Okay. It sounds real safe for somebody you just met. Okay.
The girl probably wasn't even smart enough to put a expiration date on that. Like, okay, I'm giving you power of attorney for this day, for this specific purpose. She probably left it open-ended, and Tommy was signing this girl off of everything. Basically, what she did to me and her old best friend with the food truck. She signed us off of the business, out of the business. Tommy probably did the same shit. Oh, Tommy, please do an interview. I'm not judging you. I just want to know how you did it. I think this is brilliant.
I gotta get it off my WhatsApp and show y'all. Okay, it's gonna freeze, but let me go to WhatsApp.
Okay, he ain't saying nothing there. Then Darius Crooks, y'all, this a lot.
It was.
I've been researching this for hours, and now to have to sit here and like go through it, it's a lot. Don't forget, hit me up on the Cash App. It's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. I am VLB, Zelle, Venmo, all that good stuff.
That still applies today.
And hit that like button if you haven't as of yet. We got 215 likes, and we got 466 viewers currently. Please hit that like button to support this work that I do over here. Hours of work. So I spent about 6 hours on this alone, not counting the days before this, but 6 hours pulling this all together for tonight's show. And it'd be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button and share this video and subscribe to help us reach 50K. Just as a thank you for all of my hard work. It is free to you, but it is invaluable to me and the growth of this channel. So the poll question that just went out is, do you believe that Darius Crooks is getting scammed in Bali? Do you believe that he is getting scammed in Bali? So then he posts, after all this, we're working our way through the timeline. He posts, it's now official. I, Darius Williams, have officially leased land in Bali, Indonesia for the next 25 years. I still can't believe this. Next up, getting the renderings for both my new home and new restaurant, Hip Hop Fried Chicken. And no, it's not like the one in the DMV, 2-story urban hip hop fried chicken joint with a dance floor. DJ each night at midnight, 24 hours with hookah. It's huge there. And a second floor speakeasy cigar lounge. Here's the kicker. I'll be the first person ever to bring Kool-Aid to the island. Okay, God, I see you working big time. Y'all, we going to Bali. Yes, so Darius Crooks is about to bring Kool-Aid sangria to Bali.
I saw someone ask that question in this chat about this Kool-Aid situation. They are serving Kool-Aid at Bali Hip Hop Soul currently. It's even advertised on their Instagram. Now, if it's real Kool-Aid or not, that I don't know. But yes, they do have Kool-Aid that they're advertising.
Have at it. Have at it. So then he also posted, sorry.
Not my little laugh.
The contract. That's the I'm sorry, y'all are so unprofessional. That's the contract. He posted it, he bragged, he said, deal done. I own 90% of a whole business in Bali. Why is it written with permanent marker? Mr. Williams. They like, we got one. They got him on the hook. Oh, we got a big catch. She's a big one. Hold on. Oh. Mr. Williams. It just says international business agreement. Okay, but I could be totally wrong. Again, I'm not the person who is in Bali grifting, trying to scam somebody and, potentially getting scammed themselves. So I don't know. I'm just telling y'all the story. As funny as it is. I'm just sharing. So then Darius Crooks explains in the next video, we got a little blurry. Camera didn't like me doing all that. In the next video, we have Darius Crooks explaining the signing of the lease. Everything is a content for him. So he's explaining the lease and showing it.
Anything, they put this stamp down, and then you sign on top, your whole signature, you sign on top of the stamp, right? That means that this is now a legal agreement between two parties, and then you also get signed by a notary, which means that it's now, basically you can go to court over some BS, right? That's the one that's in.
He gonna take them to court in Indonesia. Good luck with that.
the one that was in Indonesian, and then this is the one that's in English, right? So this is the one that's in English. And you see how you sign the day first, then you sign the month, then you sign the year. Okay, so that's how you do it. You do day.
Wow. Like other countries don't do that. Girl, you ain't never been out the country. You would think she hadn't. She's amazed the fact that they're the format they do the data in is opposite than ours. Okay.
Date, month, then year. Not.
Then there are two, I guess because it's just been a long time, but the fact that there's two versions of the contract, one in a language he don't even speak. Who translated it? Who translated it? How do you know it says what you think it says or what they told you? And you don't even have legal representation? That is idiotic. She really thought she like these little short Indonesian people, I'm smarter than them. Because they are very kind people. Even when I was in Thailand and stuff, they seem very meek. Everybody bowing at you and, they're very soft-spoken. Well, many of them. So it may, if you're an egotistical, narcissistic, pathological sociopath, you may think that means you can run wreck shop on them. And I believe that's what he thought. All the while, those was very intelligent people just running game on him. Two contracts, two different languages. They showing you all these methods you ain't never even heard of, and you have no impartial legal representation. That is as foolish as it gets.
Year, month, then day. Okay? So you have to get what's called duty stamp. So, okay. So they got this up duty stamped. That's what they do. Matter of fact, it's actually a very common thing. I Googled it. FYI, if you Google duty stamp, you'd be surprised how many countries outside of America do duty stamp. We ain't never heard this, no dumb shit like this, duty stamp. But there are tons of places that do it. So they have duty stamp and then they have the notary. So it's two separate processes, right? Oh, in the military they do that. I never knew that. I don't know anything about the military. I'm sorry. I don't know anything about the military. They do. See? Dumb. Why would I know? Oh, the date you mean? Oh, you mean the date? You mean the duty stamp or the date? Because y'all saying military, and I said two different things. So is it military to the dates or military to the duty stamp? Which one? The date. Got it. Okay. The dates. Oh, I had no idea that's how they wrote it. I had no idea. Why would I know? What army have I been in? The army of the Lord. That's it. I'm going to hold up the bloodstained banner. I'm going to hold it up until I die. We are.
Don't forget, the devil knows the Bible. Thank you so much. Oh, here we go. Good. Shay J, thank you so much for the super chat rather. Crooks was suckered into the worst timeshare pitch ever. Right. Also, I'm going to say again, please hit that like button. We've only got 10 since I last gave that whole little speech. We got 246 likes and 485 people currently watching. I'm going to take a commercial break until we get up to about, trying to be reasonable with this, 350 likes. So that's about 353 likes. We need 353 likes for us to continue with the show. And the next piece, I'm going to do the surveys, but the next piece is a warning that Darius Cooks got. Not just from the D-hivers, not from just the flying monkeys, not from the people just in the exposing group saying, because he be watching everything y'all do. Not just that, but he got other warnings as well that he ignored. And we're going to get into that when I get to 350 something like, because y'all, this ain't easy. And I'm tired. I really would have came tomorrow with this, but I was like, they waiting on. Thank you so much for the super sticker, Sonia, Charlie. And then we're closing out this poll question. Do you believe that Darius Crooks is getting scammed in Bali? 91% of y'all are saying yes. 9% are saying no. I'm like...
Y'all called it. What's that? 99% of y'all said, hell yeah, getting scammed. 99% of y'all 2 years ago, before she ain't put no real money in it, she could have walked away. Y'all told her. You see how hard-headed she is? 99% of y'all told her this is a scam, walk away, and she went through anyway and spent hundreds of thousands more than what she was told at that time and kept pouring more and more money in it. Trying to prove that she was right and we were wrong. Trying to prove that God, everything I do, God is so good. He bless all my scams. I was about to pause us for some likes because these likes are looking a little pitiful on this video as they were in that video. We got 192 likes currently. I would like to see this at about 250 likes based on the 427 people viewing, and that's still me being generous. So in this original video, I put on a commercial break. I wasn't going to do that tonight for the sake of time, but it's a work night. I done did all this. I am tired. I'm sitting here dozing on y'all a little bit. Y'all just don't know it. I'm gonna need y'all to give me 250 likes to continue this, or we'll just end it and then we'll make a part 2. That's what, yeah. Because back then I was full-time influencer. I could stay up to midnight or 1 in the morning on a work night. I gotta get my tail up in the morning. So yeah, let's hit 250 likes. What time? By the time this commercial ends, if it ain't hit, we're gonna end it here, and then we'll do a part 2 whenever I can come back, because I can't do it tomorrow, and I don't know what my weekend looking like yet. All right, let's go.
I don't know, like, common sense is just showing you everywhere, but he is, I mean, this is how he scams people though, but he's so convincing that he got it all figured out, and I keep saying like, but he acted so confident, but I know better, y'all, but this is how he get people. This is how that cult leader works. Thank you so much, Margin, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Let me put up the next poll question, then I'm gonna take a commercial break. Remember, we need 353 likes. 353 likes. And then I'll come back, but I'm gonna play a commercial until then. But I'm putting up this next poll question, so when we come back, we can just keep it moving real quickly. Do you believe that the driver was... Oh, maybe I should wait on that.
Right, I got ahead of my show.
Never mind. Y'all make this happen quick so we can go ahead and keep moving on.
I'm going off camera here too. 250 likes. By the time this commercial over, or this is the end of the show and we'll do a part 2 whenever I can come back. We'll finish the rest of it. So y'all decide.
with my eyes closed. It's so easy. So easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's so easy. So easy. It's so easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. I saw that. Boy, all that like Kenny. I did that. Still got crack, they fiending. Flow still hot like Phoenix. Shine so bright, I'm gleaming. This off top, I'm tweaking. Fresh out the rat like Nina. Still trying to fight my demons. We all gotta act like Tina. That's why I gotta ride with the Nina. Outside, it's a war going on. Let me put my hands on my head like the Macarena. They want you walking on board like chemo. Ain't give a F to you like Don Cena. Putting blood on a brand new Beamer. Trying to earn 8 stripes like Adidas. You get cold when you ride with the heater. It'll turn you to a dog like a keto. And expose with cat like a cheetah. They spoke my partner like Reef. Dímelo porque yo no entiendo mi gente must really need Jesus. They shed real blood, I never seen it crypt and I believe it. It's too easy. Too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. I can do this with my eyes closed. It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy. I've been there, done it, seen it. Y'all just talk, don't live it. And just took that route, that seen it. I'm so outspoken like Reason. Jimmy Neutron, boy, Young G's. And I'm a self-made man.
I actually interviewed Darius Cooks on my radio show. I've been 5 or 6 years ago before he blew up on social media. And Justice was just articulated. He actually went on Periscope Live during the radio show and did his own show in the studio during the show that he was supposed to be on. But he's a narcissistic individual. And because of that, he's had many of these run-ins. I think there was a scandal a few years ago where he was doing fake credit repair for people and got sued. His restaurant got closed down, those sorts of things. And so he maintains these online scams, preying on the hearts and minds of his followers. And even just was just articulated after our show, because we tend to ridicule people when they act up on our show. He actually went on Periscope Live to talk about me and our producer and some of the other guests after the show. So this has been going on for a long period of time. Now, legally, when somebody talks about you online, that's just talk. But once they get into the place of making threats, either violence, threatening to release personal information, well, that's where you can actually file a criminal report against this individual. And if they do release improper or censored information, personal information that is privileged, that absolutely, you can report that to the Georgia Bureau of Investigations or to the Federal Bureau of Investigations for them to look into it, particularly if you have multiple individuals who are involved in this.
Damn group. Nobody's bigger than the group.
Y'all ain't stupid. I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me.
They coming to see the Temptations.
Just a reminder, I am here. I'm just waiting on y'all to get us to 253 likes. And the longer it's taking, I'm getting a little sleepy. I was like, wait a minute, let me let them know I'm still here. I want to doze off on them, and they be like 5 hours later, where'd they all go? I'm here. I'm just waiting on the 353 likes.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. You wish you could work it the way I do. Check it out. Look, remember? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops would.
You got knocked the fuck out, man! Give me my goddamn money. The payback's a motherfucker, ain't it? Nigga.
When I see food. Damn, nigga, did you order that shit yet, man? Fuck, I'm hungry as a bitch. When I see food. Oh, come on! So you're right.
would not be just a nuffin', my head all full of stuffin', my heart all full of pain. I would dance and be merry, life would be a ding-a-dairy if I only had a brain.
How appropriate that part was to end on. If I only had a brain. If he only had a brain, she would have kept that $400,000 and not have to be slanging whole sweated big old idiots all over the country again with those slop dining fest. Those fan club dining with diarrhea fan club parties she's about to start doing all over the place. We're gonna get to that. We ain't gonna get to it tonight, but we're gonna get to that. That damn calendar. She got more dates on there than dates in a calendar year. She's trying to make that money back quick. Like, she gonna be dropping off. She ain't finna do all them dates. Y'all already know she gonna be canceling and I was sick. Hey, you so ignorant. You don't care about nothing. You're gonna get your refund. And meanwhile, 20 years later, they're like, I never got my refund for that Dining with Darius Crooks event. Oh, you gotta love it. Gotta love it. Patterns.
To warn him and his friends.
Let's go back a little bit. We ain't gonna get through this whole thing, I don't think, y'all. I'm pretty sure we're not.
See this part too. I'm sure they're dual watching, the leader on one channel and on the IG Lives and me over here. Because I was like, okay, it stopped moving. That means the rest of y'all, it's like 100 D-hivers in here. Welcome though, welcome. So,
that's like tonight. I was like, let me not punish everybody because these 5 people taking their time. It's like they probably, we probably got a nice amount of D-hacks, probably about somewhere around 100 of them in here. That's why I didn't go too high with the number. I know how this go. But hey, hacks.
Darius Crooks. Now we all sitting here with everything that I just told y'all about all this, the timeline we've been working our way through, and all y'all, 90-something% of y'all saying like, this looking real shady. Well, while Darius Crooks was there before he signed any deal, he had a person from Indonesia trying to warn him and his friends. And this is how that went.
The driver, Kadek, that's his name.
It's buffering, y'all. And I'm putting this post right now.
The driver, what's up, Didi? The driver was talking to Corey, right? Because he took Corey around to do some stuff. And he just talked Corey's ear off about this, that, and the third.
Just for clarity, because some of y'all get confused because there's 2 Corys. He's talking about Corey, his ex-Corey, Corey, the ex-videographer, not Corey Brims, the drunk bartender, traveling bartender, not him.
Miss Kim says, this replay video is full of receipts. That is exactly why I decided to share it. I was like, this is a perfect video. Not only is it a retrospective, but it's got a ton of receipts from back when things were going down to remind us. And for those who don't know no better, to be like, they're not just talking over there. This stuff is full of receipts.
His broken English, right? And then when he took Valencia to do her stuff, he talked Valencia's ear off, right? La. If I'm the one that organized the trip, if I'm the one that organized you, why you ain't talk to me directly? Number one, we can talk about everything else. Why you can't tell me, but you got to tell them, right?
So Darius Crooks is offended because this driver was trying to warn Darius Crooks' friend, well, Corey, and the driver don't know who's who, but Corey and then Valencia, Darius Crooks' friend who travels with him quite a bit. She's from Chicago. The driver is trying to warn his friends, like telling them, basically let him know this is blah, 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 this and that. This thing with Tommy is seeming a little shaky or whatever he's telling them. They then tell Darius Crooks. Darius Crooks gets offended because the guy didn't tell him directly. Well, he probably has gotten to know you in them couple days, and he's like, he's a know-it-all asshole, and so I'm going to try to warn him through his friends. People do that all the time. They like, you'll probably listen to your friends more than me. Darius Crooks, all up in his feelings because he's a narcissist.
So Valencia was like, well, I think he's just looking out for you. Okay, fine. So Corey said the same thing. I think he's just confused. Okay, fine. So Corey, right? So Valencia was like, well, I think he's just looking out for you. Okay, fine. So Corey said the same thing.
I didn't even pay attention. Y'all know I be putting this stuff together. I don't even be listening to the stuff I'm recording. I didn't even know that part was in there. Valencia, his friend Valencia was around when I was around. So she's been around. It's a friend, Shay J is saying, who is Valencia? Valencia is one of his friends from Chicago. If I'm not mistaken, she's like, maybe they met in the church choir scene or something. She's a singer. I know she was around. I know of her, but like we weren't never close. It was Darius's friend, and I just knew her through Darius. But anyway, she's been around all these years because she's, again, one of those people that's been in the safe zone. She ain't never gone into business with him. She only sees one side of him. So the scamming and stuff that happened to us, I'm sure he gave her whatever his narrative was that we was trying to get him first. I found this out a couple years ago. That's all she knows is his version of everything. So she's still been around. I guess she ignores all the public reports of his scamming ways. But anyway, she's even telling him, no, I don't think the driver was being nefarious. I think he was trying to warn you, and he had the best intentions. Darius Crooks is mentally ill, y'all. He's mentally ill. He got pissed because the man told his most trusted sources before he came to him. And somebody just said, here we go. Jane Doe said the driver didn't like him. Most likely he like, this is an asshole, but maybe I can still warn him by letting his friends know, talk some sense into him. He might listen to them. As we see, he ain't listen to his friends based on the fact that we've been doing this show.
I think he's just concerned, whatever, which is fine. You can have concern.
I have thought about, because him and Valencia are still cool. I don't know how I saw it or something popped up. He has some, I think on one of my watch pages or something, it was showing he, I guess, did some restaurant review in Chicago, and him and Valencia were together. So oh my God, I would love to be a fly on the wall. She probably ain't even honest with him. Like, boy, I had told you this. But I would love to know how she feels about it. Like, he ignored you and he went this deep in. I would just love to be a fly on the wall for those conversations. But poll question I'm closing out is, you guys just answered was, do you think that the driver was legitimately trying to warn Darius Crooks? Meaning he wasn't trying to be on something. He just like, dude, watch out, blah, blah, blah. 88% of you say yes, you think that he was legitimately trying to warn Darius Crooks. We'll never know because Crooks, well, I guess we know because Crooks did get scammed. But Crooks, in this, he's going to go into how he thinks the driver was a real scammer. He might have been too, but clearly he wasn't trying to get Crooks for as much as the $400,000.
So yesterday, we back and forth.
Hey, we can all do better, aka Darnell.
Over text, back and forth over text for like 45 minutes. And I don't operate like that, honey. Get to the point so I can move on with my life. So he kept saying, the people are out to get you. You got to be careful. It's a lot of money. Delay the transaction. Then that's what
the people are out to get you. That's a lot of money.
Delay the transaction.
Frustrated. How dare you tell me to watch out? And watch how he twists this narrative. Oh my God, y'all, just listen to this.
That's what he told me. He said, tell him, the driver said, tell Tommy and them that you're going to delay the transaction. You're going to fly back to Bali with the $3,000, and then you're going to go to a notary and do it in front of a notary. So do it in front of a notary means you give the notary the $3,000. The notary takes their commission and then gives the remaining balance to whoever it needs to go to with legal paperwork, right? But the thing is, the culture is such that whoever is helping you do this, right, they get commission. So if Kadek is the one who's trying to help me, then that means that he gets his hands greased every step of the way. You see what I'm saying? So yesterday we having a conversation. And so I said, you know what? Let me just, hold on. You block this person. I said, you know what? Let me just pick up the phone and call you, right? So I pick up the phone and call him. And I said, you're saying the same thing 4 different times. You ain't told me nothing different, and you have not given me a solution, right?
Didn't he also say that the God English wasn't the God's first language? So it's also a broken English, so it's going to be harder for him to communicate in different ways when he found at least one way to communicate something? Does he even listen to himself? It's only his perspective on everything.
The most, I'm out of $3,000. Girl, I could sneeze $3,000. You see what I'm saying? I could sneeze $3,000. So here I go. I'm like, you ain't told me.
And that's the kind of talk that got him got. Because he over there in Indonesia talking about, I could sneeze $3,000. Oh, 30,000, that's it? You know, I'm a rich American content creator. I'm an influencer. I have millions. He over there talking too much, and that's how he got.
Done different. So until you tell me something different, shut up, you know? So then I said, I'll tell you what. Why don't we get on the phone with Tommy? You got concerned. Why don't we get on the phone, me, you, and Tommy? Now, I'm going to spend 45 minutes back and forth. I can show you the text messages back and forth, the WhatsApp messages. Why he refused to get on the phone with Tommy? Refused, right? And so I'm saying to myself, well, if you feel like it's an issue, or you feel like it's a problem, or you feel like it's something that's going on, or something that's shady, why the hell we can't get on the phone with Tommy and sort this out? So I hang up with him and I call Tommy, right? Tommy was...
So this is a narcissist way too. Create conflict, create chaos. So now I'm trying to have that guy get on the phone with Tommy for what? He's trying to warn you. Right, Nurse Lady Vaughn says messy. He's trying to help you, and your solution is to, well, I'm finna front him and let Tommy know that he trying to warn me about doing business with Tommy. He trying to tell me delay paying them any money just to watch myself. And I'm finna blast him. I'm finna have him get on the phone with Tommy, who you got to keep in mind, these people live together. You don't. You finna fly your ass on back to Houston or wherever you going. And these people got to live with each other. You don't know if they related, a cousin, or through marriage, or he know Tommy got people to get him or later. Right. Hey, you there saying snitch? This is why karma's going to give you what you deserve in this situation.
Like, yeah, that's not how we really work. Tommy was like, let's call the guy. If the guy has now this is Tommy. Tommy's up front, you know, and the landowner wouldn't even do the deal until he saw a signed and notarized contract between Tommy and me that listed me as the owner. That's integrity. You know what I'm saying? The owner was like, well, I don't want Tommy, who's local, to take advantage of you, and you live in America until you get down here. So to protect you, I want to see a contract that shows you as the owner in the business. That way, if anything happens, I know it's above board. Go through this. Okay. So anyway, so I called Tommy, right? And when I called Tommy, I'm like, bro, like, you know, they saying so. Tommy was like, I tell you what, let's get on the phone right now and let's call the driver, right? So we get on the phone to call the driver. All of a sudden, no answer. He said, I'm on the phone. I've been texting you for the last 45 minutes, paragraphs back and forth. Now you telling me you on the phone and you can't answer my call? Like, I don't know. So what we believe, what we are coming to the conclusion of is that
we are coming to the conclusion of, not that the guy was trying to protect you from getting scammed, but this is his new theory. Because Tommy said, no, that's not how it is. I'm not trying to scam you. No, of course not. That's not how we roll. It's the other guy. And Darius like, yeah, because there's money on your side. So yeah.
Realizes, because you have to remember, my first communication with anybody in Bali was Cadet. So he feels like, I guess my loyalty should be to him, right? And so because he wasn't involved with this transaction, he feels like I might be doing it wrong.
So all drivers in Indonesia also double as real estate agents, even though they don't have them. Let Darius Crooks tell it. Because why would the guy be jealous that he wasn't in on the deal if that's not the kind of work he do? Huh? Huh?
And in actuality, what I believe is that Cadet want his pocket lined a little bit as well. And instead of coming out telling me, you know, like the truth or what's going on, I kind of feel like he's just like, well, because that's what he told me. That's what he told me. Now, you know, this don't make no goddamn sense what I'm going to tell you. Listen to what he told me. This fool said, delay the transaction and fly back to Bali with $3,000 cash. Okay, you want me to pay $21,000 for a round trip ticket to come back to Bali to put down $3,000?
Speaking of Bali scams, he claims that he paid $21,000 to fly there for this particular trip. However, now he said he figured out that he could actually fly there for $6,000. So speaking of being scammed,
getting scammed by the airline too.
But he knows everything.
When I could go into a PNC bank and wire it immediately, that don't make sense to me. Where they do that at? Then he gonna say, well, if you can't do it, can Valencia do it? Girl, Valencia's my friend. Valencia got a whole life. No, Valencia can't catch no flight to come back to Bali to drop off $3,000. No. No. She cannot.
Yeah, I just missed it. I remember this comment. Darius, your scam is ready. I love that one. Y'all be tearing this chat up sometimes.
She cannot. So none of what this man was saying made any sense to me.
What don't make sense to me is what's happening here. I love this one, though.
Oh,
Darius, your scam is ready. I love it. Y'all so funny. Poll question, we are closing out. Do you believe that the driver was trying to warn Darius Crooks about this scam? 79% of y'all say yeah. 21% of y'all think that maybe he was just trying to get his palm greased, as Darius Crooks is saying. Somebody telling you to wait and be careful with this situation when you're trying to, you literally just met these people. You're in a foreign country, have been there less than 48 hours, and you are going into a 25-year contract with these people, supposedly getting a house built on rented land, and you're about to send money to these people, and you're going to have your project manager / business partner is a stranger who's going to be supposedly doing these things from across the world. And this guy says, hold on, slow down, just make sure you're not getting scammed. And you think he the scammer. Because Tommy said, no, that's not true. But that's what Darius Crooks does. It's literally like just watching a reflection of what he does to other people happening to him. Right. Anita Lauderdale said, come on, karma. Right. Come on down. So this one I played for y'all before. Let me make sure, I'm done with that. This one I played for y'all before, but it falls in line with this. And it comes from this saga. We were just, at that time, I hadn't dug into it deeply yet. This poll question got nothing to do with that, though. Let me play this video here. This is Darius Crooks talking about, probably ran out of space for this one. Hold on. Make sure, is that here? What is this one? That's not that. Hold on.
Come on, Bill, get it together.
Let me pull it in. Darius Crooks has said that Bali is heaven on earth because they have no crime.
Oh, this is a good
zero
segment.
Crime in Indonesia. Hold on.
This is a good segment. I couldn't remember where this segment was. I'm gonna have to chop this out. This needs to go viral on social media. But this is, I think, when I came up with the receipts to prove otherwise, that he clearly did no research once again.
Here we go. Like, where is it? Why is it hiding from me?
The thing I think is crazy is that there's zero crime. This man, Tommy, has had, I don't know, what's equivalent to like a couple $100 US.
So, and also with the volume is just lower on this video because I never edited it to increase the audio. So you might turn your volume up a little bit for this one. But what's interesting is he's talking about that there is no crime in Indonesia. And he's talking about how his experience with Tommy, how Tommy showed him that, oh, you ain't got to worry about none of that here. Going as far as to leave hundreds of dollars in his car as they went about and other things. But just listen to this. This is interesting.
Sitting in his cup holder in his
FYI, this is the last segment. This video probably has another, what is that, 130? Probably another 30-something odd, 40 minutes. But I'm going to end it after this No Crime in Bali segment because it is getting late for, I see my East Coasters are starting to say goodnight. But I get up very early, like 4-something in the morning. So I need to not act crazy. But we'll come back and we'll finish the rest of this in a different video. And then we'll start part 2 with the other pieces because we got tons of these to do as well. So just so you know, last segment.
Car for the last couple days. He gets out his car. He does not lock the car. He does not roll the window up. He doesn't. What's up, Don? He doesn't do any of that. And in fact, as we drove and saw all the scooters I showed you guys, all the scooters, their keys are in the scooters. They don't take their keys out of the scooter. They literally park the scooter in front of the store, park the scooter somewhere. They leave all their keys in the scooter. You can literally walk up to the scooter, turn the ignition, and drive off. Nobody steals. Nobody steals. They don't lock their front doors. Some people don't even have keys to get in their house. Literally, it's a very different way of living. It's a very, very different way of living. Like no one steals, no one does, like there's no crime. There's zero crime. Zero crime.
Zero crime in Bali. Crime rates for Bali, Indonesia. I ain't gonna say it's high, but it's there. Because she just said, no crime, zero crime, zero crime. It's different. Nobody locked their house. People that leave it, everything open. Level of crime in Bali, Indonesia is considered to be moderate at 49.36%. Crime increasing in the past 3 years because people like Darius Crooks comes there. Scam Yonsei. 64.35%. It's high now. It's increasing with every year. Worries of home broken and things stolen, it's at 51%. Mugged and being robbed, 48%. Cars stolen, 35%. Things stolen from the cars, except for what's his name's car, Tommy's car, 46% for everybody else. Being attacked, 42%. Being insulted, I didn't even know that was. Is that considered a crime there? Oh Lord, Crooks gonna get the death penalty. 47% for insulting. Subject to physical attack because of your skin color, origins, gender, religion. It's at 39.53%. People using and dealing drugs, 59%. Darius Crooks falls in that category. That's also going to be very interesting because drug use over there is illegal. And Darius Crooks is a drug user. Crimes such as vandalism and theft, 49%. Violent crimes such as assault, armed robbery. Thought they don't have none of that over there, 42%. Problem with corruption and bribery, 75.34%. 75% for bribery and corruption. might include when you rent land from the chief of police thinking you're safe, and they might be very corrupt. Tommy's dad is a police chief. Oh, is that factual? Best. Hold on, y'all know it.
That is not.
It's hard for me to.
I know that now today. That is not true at all.
Jump back and forth. Here we go. Tommy dad is police chief. Is that true? Now I know the police chief is supposed to be the person who is leasing this land that Darius Crooks restaurant and home is supposed to be built on, but I don't know that to be factual. But I don't know. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. Says yes, there's a picture of them all together. That guy does not look old enough to be Tommy's dad. You know that to be factual. Here's the picture. You got me jumping ahead of my show, but this is just because I'm like, what? This is supposed to be the guy to the far left. To your left to right, he says the landowner. So that's supposed to be the chief of police. You talking about that guy all the way to the far left is also Tommy's daddy. Is that what you telling me? Because if so, he got some good ass genes. Because Tommy got to at least be in his late 20s to early 30s. At least. Anyway. Right, Corey Thomas. Darius, you in danger, girl. Exactly. So, Darius Crooks, being the know-it-all, there's no crime, although we see there's crime. There's no scamming, although we see there's scamming. There's no real estate agents, although we see that they have realtors there. There's no permits needed. There's no zoning, etc. Although we just seen that. Like literally everything she's saying that doesn't exist, we're seeing that it does. I don't know. Maybe Google off. Maybe Google is totally wrong and Darius Crooks knows it all based on what Tommy told him. Tommy, who he's sending money to, told him. So Darius Crooks tells us in this next video about his 25-year plan, his escape plan. Now he's letting us know why he really going down there. Now remember, there was conversation about Darius Crooks' plan for 2024 originally. He was doing his wish list. He was saying that he was going to reopen the Carolina Pound Cake Trap Bakery.
How many of y'all remember this? How he had a whole different life plan, went to Bali for a vacation, and during, I think he was there a week or something, I can't even remember. But during his little old vacation in Bali for the first time, that Negro come back and change his whole life based on a visit. Carolina Pound Cake Company out the window. What was it? The Catfish Fry Company? Something. He's talking about starting what they call a hole in the wall, carry out fish restaurant. Not even seafood, fish restaurant. Because we call it catfish something. Southern fried fish or something. I'm going to play this little bitty piece of it, the intro of it, and then that's where we're going to continue when we come back with this. But I want to play this part so y'all know what to expect.
But it was going to be legit, somewhat legit this time. He was going to do a brick and mortar store, and he was going to be shipping out those brick cakes all over the country to the Flying Monkey Beehavers. And also he was going to open a Southern fried catfish place. And it was going to be a carry-out kind of place. And he was going to open 30 of them across the country. This was his plan. Then this came up, and now he's saying, screw all that. I ain't want to deal with y'all no way. It was all about the money. That was my way I was going to grift more money from y'all. Now I found another way to grift money and got to deal with y'all. So here's his 25-year escape plan.
Oh, let me change all this. All right. Well, that brings this particular show to a close. Thank you all for viewing. Please hit that like button if you have not as of yet. Please also share this video. We will be back either probably Saturday or something over the weekend with the next part of this and whatever else I put out. But yeah, make sure to hit that like button. Subscribe if you have not as of yet. Thank all of you who may have sent me cash apps and other donations. It is greatly appreciated that you realize that it's it takes work to do this, and then I'm balancing it with a full-time chaotic job. Anyway, with that, oh, and also follow me on Patreon if you are not as of yet. Patreon.com/IamVelB. Oh, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. And with that, until next time, make sure to take care and be blessed.